And I am back again with another How to Build Credit TV live stream. In this live stream, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to increase your credit score in 30 days, or how to increase my credit score in 30 days. Now, this video, I'm going to be giving you two specific tips that will increase your credit score if done correctly in 30 days. But if you're new to the channel, once again, my name is Duane with How to Build Credit TV, and on this channel, we talk about everything you need to know about credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, so when it comes to credit and your credit score, I've learned a lot from my past experiences on how to tweak your credit score, or more importantly, the categories that make up your credit score so that you can raise your credit score within 30 days. So right off the top in this live stream, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys, because this is a live stream and I know that a lot of people are going to be interested in getting this information. So there's gonna be two main things that I will talk about in this live stream that will help you increase your credit score in 30 days. So one of those two things is lowering your credit utilization. So if you already have a credit card or credit cards, if your credit utilization is above 10%, then you are not setting yourself up to be as successful as possible. And by successful as possible, I mean you're not allowing yourself to have the highest possible credit score because your credit utilization is higher than 10%. In order for you to have the highest credit score possible, your credit card utilization needs to be between 0% and 10%. And I would even say even closer to 0%, maybe like 0% and 2%. The lower your credit card utilization, the more likely it'll be that your score will be higher. So if you don't know what credit card utilization is, of course, I'm gonna spend time talking about that in this particular video. I also have a video on my channel, How to Build Credit TV. You can go to the channel and you can search for it that talks about credit card utilization. So I will talk a little bit about that in this video. But the second tip that you can do to increase your credit score within the next 30 days is to become an authorized user. Now, if you don't know what authorized users are, once again, I will be talking about that in this video. If you're interested in becoming an authorized user, I do offer the opportunity for people to become an authorized user on credit cards that I own personally. So this will help your credit score and it will increase your credit score within 30 days, possibly, depending on which card you jump on to become an authorized user. So if you're interested in becoming an authorized user, you can email me. I'll enter my email address here in the live stream. My email address is helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. That is helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. So I just threw that into the live chat. This is a live stream. And once again, you could email me if you're interested in becoming an authorized user. What you can do in the email is you can let me know that you're interested, but more importantly, give me your phone number and I'll just give you a call and we can talk about if this is going to benefit you, if becoming an authorized user is going to benefit you. Currently, I have a couple of slots that have opened up on cards that I have that are 6 years old. One is going to be 7 years old this year in 2020. So I have those two cards. I have a couple of other cards that are 2 years old. Now, this is important to someone that has no credit history or even a credit score at all. This could help you tremendously starting off. Or if you do have credit established already, becoming an authorized user can help you tremendously. So be sure to give me an email. Send me an email at helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So that is what we're going to be talking about in this particular live stream, which is going to be how to increase your credit score in 30 days. Now, it's kind of funny because a lot of these videos that have that type of title, like how to improve your credit score or how to increase your credit score instantly, a lot of people kind of talk about it, but to be honest with you, depending on if you can do those two things, become an authorized user, which is pretty easy to do, and also lowering your credit card utilization, those two things can help you tremendously because that can affect the two categories of our credit score, or it affects two categories of our credit score that's a pretty big percentage. Okay, so one of the big percentages of our credit score is payment history. And so when you become an authorized user, if you don't have any payment history and you join somebody that has payment history, that's going to benefit you positively. And now all of a sudden you will have a history of making payments on time. So for example, the two cards that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, or not the beginning, but the two cards that I mentioned, one becoming 6 years old and the other being 7 years old this year, that could benefit you tremendously because you're gaining 6 years of on-time payment, which means not one payment was missed. So you're going to inherit that by becoming an authorized user on one of my cards or someone else's card that you know and trust. You can get on their card as an authorized user. It's even better if you know them and they trust you and you trust them, and you can just jump on their card. Now, I will say that when you become an authorized user on someone's card, it needs to be that card that you're on needs to not have a lot of use on the card, right? Because it would kind of defeat the purpose. So if I added somebody on one of my cards, let's say I want to help my son build his credit. He's about to be 18 in August. Let's say I want to help him build his credit. Well, he's already on a couple of my cards. But if I have a card that has a $2,000 limit, and I said, okay, I'm gonna add my son to that card, but the balance on that card is always $1,000, I'm using 50% of my overall credit utilization for that particular card. Well, my son doesn't have any other cards, right? Because this is his first card that he's on. So his credit card utilization would be at 50%, which is not going to help his score as much as it would if the credit card utilization was at 5%. Anywhere between 0 and 5% is going to set him up to have the highest possible credit score. Now, if it's between like 1 and 3%, that's probably pretty good. You guys can kind of play with that and see where your credit score ends up being the highest. If it's between 0% or maybe it's 2% or maybe it's 7%. Generally, the higher usage on your credit card, so like the more that you're using of your balance, the lower your score is going to be. So if you have a credit card with $1,000 balance, $1,000 credit limit, and you're using $900, and that's the only card that you have, you would be using 90% of that particular card, which is the only card that you have. So that would be 90% of your credit card utilization, which would not be beneficial. So a way to really kind of flip that around and see your score really benefit is by dropping that 90% all the way down to 9%. Your score will shoot up. The two tips that I've talked about, which once again is lowering your credit card utilization to between 0 and 10%, and then number two, becoming an authorized user. Those two tips, if you implement those, it is very, very possible that your credit score can shoot anywhere from 20, even up to 100 points, depending on what your particular credit profile looks like, just by doing those two things. It can even shoot that much just by becoming an authorized user, which is just doing one thing. So it's very important that you have a very realistic outlook when it comes to how to increase your credit score in 30 days. Now, this is not fluff. This is not hype. This is what I do on this channel. I talk to people about how to build their credit. That's why the channel is called How to Build Credit TV, because building your credit is very important. Without having a proper credit score, you're not going to have the best rates at different loans that you may need throughout your life. You're not going to have the best credit card offers, maybe even the best sign-up bonuses. And I think everything kind of starts with your credit, to be honest, right? It's like, it doesn't matter that I have premium credit cards. If I don't have a good credit score, I can't get the premium credit card. It doesn't matter that I get approved for a loan if the loan is 20% and 20% as far as APR interest is concerned, and I can get approved for that same loan and pay 4%. And having a good credit score can make that difference. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that I know personally that have car notes that they're paying, car loans that they're paying back, and they're paying 18%, 22% on a car loan, which is like ridiculous. That is insanely high. So that's why I spent a lot of time on this channel talking and teaching people, talking with and teaching people how to build their credit, because it's very, very important. And not even only how to build your credit, but how to fix it, how to boost it, how to increase it. That is the total purpose of this channel. And the things that I talk about from this channel and in these videos are from my own personal experiences. It's very rare that I'm gonna tell you something that I haven't experienced or that hasn't worked for me directly. So you guys have me as the guinea pig, and that's the beauty of it. That's the whole purpose of this channel, How to Build Credit TV. Be sure to be smashing the thumbs up on this video. It helps tremendously, especially if you're watching this video in the live stream. If you're watching back on the replay, go ahead and smash the thumbs up as well. It does help a lot. But if you're in the live stream, be sure to smash the thumbs up as you're coming in. It helps the channel tremendously, and it pushes this video out and this type of content in front of more people. I think as human beings, we have it where, you know, ignorance, when you're ignorant and you don't know something, you know, ignorance is bliss, right? But on the other side of that coin, knowledge is power. And so it's very important that people are very aware of credit, how it works, the 5 categories that make up your credit, categories that you can tweak and kind of, you know, play with, and it'll affect your score in a good way. And of course, you need to know how those categories affect your score negatively as well. So once again, that's the purpose of this channel. Be sure, if you're new to the channel, to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss future videos just like this one. So I'm going to jump into the comments here as you guys are coming in. I'm super appreciative for the people that are coming into the live stream. The repeat offenders here. We got people that are repeat visitors and viewers. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to say what's up to you guys and see who's in this live stream. So today is March 31st. Tomorrow is April 1st. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Normally I do these live streams on Mondays at 7 p.m. I wasn't able to do one yesterday at 7 o'clock, so I know that this is kind of weird being Tuesday, but I appreciate you guys for being able to join and watch the live stream. Thank you so much for smashing the thumbs up. Number 37 person that liked the video, I appreciate you. We have 66 viewers, 37 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up if you haven't already. It helps a lot. Trucker Z says, hello, thanks for stopping by, man. I don't remember seeing you here, so it's a pleasure to have you in the building. Awesome profile pic, by the way. Music Life, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Sneaky25 says, oh, we live. Yes, sir, we are live. Hey, Seuss, what's going on, bro? Says, I made the live stream. Yes, sir, you did. Keith says, hello, Duane and everyone. What's going on, Keith? Sneaky25 says, 17-point loss today on Experian, and it didn't say why. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure it's probably something on there that you may have overlooked or just don't know, didn't see. Anytime a drop like that happens, 17 points is quite a bit of a drop. It's possible, like I can apply for 2 credit cards and my score is not going to drop 17 points from getting 2 new hard inquiries. So it's probably something that you overlooked or just, you know, plain out don't know or don't see. Jay's Way, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by the channel. Christina, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. T-Mad says, good afternoon, Duane. Are you doing unboxing of your flagship card? Good afternoon, T-Mad. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm not doing an unboxing in this video, but I haven't checked the mail in a while. Today's Tuesday. I probably don't have the card yet, to be honest. I'll check it probably tomorrow. I feel like Friday for sure I'll definitely have the card. And when I do, I will do a unboxing or unenveloping of that particular card. I'm really excited because when you get credit cards, it's very important, especially if they have sign-up bonuses, to put yourself in a position to meet the minimum spend so you can get the sign-up bonus. And I cannot tell you how fortunate I am to know people that can help me get minimum spends on the card, because like I have a $4,000 minimum spend on the flagship card, and that might be a bit of a struggle. So I'm like, hey, can you pay something? Can you pay a couple of your bills on this card and send me the money, Cash App or Zelle? And they're like, sure. So I'm really grateful that I have amazing people in my life that I can call on to help me meet my minimum spend. Normally when you apply for cards, you don't want to apply for the card unless you kind of know that you can meet the minimum spend, and try to be strategic. Try to apply for it when you know that you're about to spend some money, or if you're one of the lucky people that can pay your rent with a credit card, even though you have to pay like a 3% processing fee, you're just going to be eating into your sign up bonus. So like with the flagship card, I know that it's 50,000 points, and 50,000 points is basically $500. So if I was going to let somebody use my card to pay rent, if I have to pay like $30 for that, you know, that $30 is directly eating into my $500 that I would be getting, but it doesn't matter. It's still a win, you know, because if I can't meet the minimum spend, that's definitely a loss. David, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. He's watching from New Jersey. I'm doing the live stream from Houston. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Code Red, thanks for stopping by. Jay's Way says, would it be best to become an authorized user on a card you would like to get? Yes, it would, but it's not necessary. That's a good question, by the way. Becoming an authorized user is great if you are going to become an authorized user on a card with a bank that you would like to establish a relationship with. If you want to establish a relationship with Chase and you have the ability to become an authorized user on a Chase card, that is only going to benefit you. Same thing with American Express. Same thing with just about any of the credit cards. It is to your benefit to become an authorized user on the account that you would like to have, or if it's with a bank that you want to have a relationship with in the future. So that does help you tremendously. On the same with that being said, you should not jump on someone's card and become an authorized user if the person's super irresponsible, if their credit card utilization is above 30%. Now, 30% doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just throwing that number out because if it's above 30%, like what's the point? But really, their credit card utilization shouldn't be above 10%. If it goes above 10% and then they pay it down to 3%, cool. But if it lives above 10%, that's not cool. But you know, other people have different standards, and somebody might be okay being an authorized user on someone's card where they're using 30% all the time. That's not my recommendation. That's not the best use for that. But you know, to each its own. Let me see here. And then you have me, How to Build Credit TV, with my email address. My email address is on the screen. helpingothersprosper@gmail.com, spelled just like that. So you can email me if you have questions about authorized users. You can include your phone number so that way I can text you and eventually get on the phone and talk to you, because that would be the easiest way for us to communicate and the quickest way, the most efficient way for us to communicate, because, you know, we don't want to be wasting each other's time. Let me see here. He Sells Resales says, what's up, player? I'm doing well. Thanks for stopping by the stream, man. I appreciate that. Sharday White, thank you so much for that $20 super chat right out the gate with the super chat. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. For those of you guys that are watching and don't know what a super chat is, in the comment section during the live stream, only during the live stream, can you do a super chat. There's like a dollar symbol next to where you would make your comment. If you click the dollar symbol, of course, you could donate or give or whatever you want to call it to support the channel. Let's say you value the video, you value what it is this channel does as far as content. That is one way that you can make a donation to the channel, which is through a super chat. So thank you so much, Miss White. I really appreciate that. If you don't want to do it that way, you can send it through Cash App, and my Cash App ID is at the top of the screen. You can send a super chat that way as well. I really appreciate either way I get the super chat. YouTube does take 30% of the super chat, where Cash App doesn't take any of the percent. 100% comes to me. So Sharday, I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much. Jay's Way says, how does authorized user sew up your credit score? Are you asking how does it show up on your credit score? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking in that question, Jay's Way. Let me know exactly what you're saying there and I'll answer it. Sharday says, good evening, Duane. I'm so happy to be tuned into another live stream. Thank you for continuing to provide us with great credit content. Thank you so much. And thanks again for that super chat. It means a lot. Cassandra, awesome name. I have a cousin named Cassandra, spelled just like this. Says, how much does it cost for the authorized user account? I need some seasoned account. Email me. That's the best thing to do. I definitely don't talk about that here, but you can email me and we can see what we can do there. Corey says 0%. That would be impossible unless you're not allowing a balance to post every cycle, i.e. paying off prior to statement. Here's the thing, right? Like me personally, I don't freak out about my credit card utilization. the credit card utilization becomes a lot easier when you have more cards and you have more available credit. So it's a lot easier if you have $10,000 of available credit to stay between like 0 and 10%. And guys, when I say stay between 0 and 10%, I really don't mean like you have to stay, there. I really mean that when you care about your credit score, it needs to be between 0 and 10%. So when you care about your credit score, this would look like when you're about to apply for a credit card, when you're about to go get a car loan, when you're about to get a home loan, right? That's when you know that you need your credit score to be as high as possible. And in those moments, you need to make sure that your credit card utilization is between 0 and 10%. So if I know I'm going to apply for a home loan, or I'm going to refi, okay, and I know I'm going to refi coming up, I want to make sure that my utilization is posted on my FICO score. So I'm going to probably have my utilization like at 1% or 2%, like a month or two in advance, because Credit Karma shows me my utilization is at 2% today. That doesn't mean that it's been reported to my actual FICO score, to the credit bureaus. Credit Karma updates every 7 days, and the credit bureaus don't necessarily do that, right? So it's going to make sense if I know I'm going to be applying for a home loan that a month or two, my utilization is, like I said, between 0 and 10%, preferably closer to 0 than 10%. And so that's the only time it really matters what your utilization is. Now, if I'm going to use your card as much as you want, use your credit card as much as you want, but don't be in the dark when it comes to your credit card utilization. If I'm going to use my card and I know I'm using 60% of that card, I'm not going to be surprised when I see my credit score that it's going to be lower, because at that moment I'm using 60% versus 6%. Okay, so please don't misunderstand. I keep saying stay between 0 and 10%, but you only stay between 0 and 10% when you care about your credit score being as high as possible, because you're about to apply for something, okay? And don't set yourself up for failure. And what I mean by that is, don't like, oh, I paid it off today, so my utilization is at 0% today, when today is not when the credit card company reports to the credit bureau. It needs to reflect on that particular credit bureau that they're going to be pulling from, that your utilization is where you want it to be. That's why I said you want to be, maybe one to 2 months, you want your credit card utilization where you want it to be, as opposed to, you pay it off today and then tomorrow you try to get a home loan. Like, no, it's not going to be a surprise that when they pull from the credit card bureaus, that your score is not going to be as high as possible, because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't update as soon as you pay it off. All right. So that's food for thought. And Gina, thanks for stopping by. Gina says, hey, Duane. Hey, Credit Fam. Columbus, Ohio. Let's go, Columbus, Ohio. Thank you for stopping by, Gina. There are 87 people watching, 90 people watching now, 57 thumbs up. Guys, please smash the thumbs up. More importantly, ask questions if you have them in regards to credit. Like I said, in this video, I'm talking about how to improve or increase your credit score in 30 days. And the 2 tips that can help you, one of them would be getting your credit card utilization down to between 0% and 10%, and the next tip would be getting on someone's card as an authorized user. If you know people that are very responsible and they have cards that are years old, or they have cards with high balances, that they take care of that balance, jump on their card as an authorized user, and that will benefit you for sure. So once again, be sure to smash the thumbs up and ask questions if you have them, and I'll do my best to answer it. Reginald says, my thing is I don't have anyone to make me authorized user. I went from 440 to 635 in 6 months. It was hard not even getting a big boost anywhere or anymore, because I need someone to make me an authorized user. Reginald, the thing is this, like, the authorized user is only going to benefit you if it can benefit you, right? So like right now, your score is at 635. Congratulations, first of all, for doing that work to go from 440 to 635. Incredible in 6 months. So if becoming an authorized user is not going to help lower your credit card usage, your credit card utilization. Let's say you're at 30%, and if you become an authorized user, depending on how much credit limit is on the card that you're being added, if you're not going from like 30% down to like 10% or 30% down to 3%, anywhere under 10%, your score is not going to benefit a lot from. So like right now, if your current credit card utilization is at 3%, jumping on someone's card as an authorized user is only going to benefit you the most if you're gaining a lot of years of payment history, on-time payment history, okay? And so the payment history thing, how that works, okay, so you gain payment history by becoming an authorized user on certain credit cards, but also you can also gain the years that they've had that particular card, right? Which affects your average age of credit. So your average age of credit is 15% of your credit score, which basically equates to 127.5 points out of the 850 points that make up our score. So the average age of credit just simply refers to the fact that, like, if I have a card that's 10 years old versus a card that's 2 years old, they take the average of that. So they take the average of all your credit cards and revolving line of credit or revolving payments, like your car note, your student loans, okay? They take the age of all of those things and they average that, and that becomes your average age of credit, and that does affect your score. So if you become an authorized user on someone's card, and let's say your average age of credit is 2, okay? And that card is 10 years old, so you're gonna average the 10 and the 2, and it's going to benefit you. It's gonna bring you from the average age of 2 up to 5, right? Or 6 or whatever. It'll bring your average age up, and that will benefit you because that is 15% of your credit score, and your score will go up a little bit from that. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Cat's thoughts. KP says good vibes. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Corey says anything over 5% on an auto loan is highway robbery. Run for the hills. Great advice, great advice, Corey. You're absolutely right. But believe it or not, a lot of people don't have that luxury. I'm one of those people. Back when I got my car in 2015, I got a Honda Accord. It was a 2014 Honda Accord, and I got it in December of 2015. So it was almost 2 years old when I got it. My APR on my car loan right now is 7.77. Now, I knew that wasn't necessarily a good rate, but at that time in 2015, I knew, okay, my score, I didn't even know what my credit score was when I went in to the dealership, because I knew it was bad, and I didn't even look. I definitely wasn't aware about credit score and how to tweak it and the categories. I didn't know anything about any of that, okay? And at that time, 2015, I was rebuilding my credit. So like in 2013, I got a QUICKSILVER card, not a QUICKSILVER card. I got a Capital One Platinum card. 2014, I got a QUICKSILVER card, okay? And then 2015, I got that car loan at the very end of the year. Literally, I hadn't had any credit, going on before 2013 that was positive, all the way back to like 08, 09. Okay, so I kind of rebuilt this thing on my own, but that 7.7 interest rate that I got, I was like, sweet, because I needed the car and it didn't matter. But if you have good credit, and that's what the purpose of this channel is, it gives you so much power, and you're in the know, you're knowledgeable, and so that, like, interest rate like 6% or higher is like absolute trash, especially if you have like at least a 720 or 740, or if you have a 760, you're good. But your interest should be very low, especially if you are with a credit union. You can get good interest rates there. Of course, you can try using, the dealership lenders type of deal. But you're right, man. I hear you, Corey. S House, what's going on, man? Says, what's up, Duane? I'm back again. Yes, sir. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. Corey says, adding an authorized user is free of charge from my experience. Yeah, it is free of charge. Yeah, no, absolutely. If you know somebody that will add you on their card, Absolutely, it's free of charge for sure. But a lot of people don't necessarily have that luxury. They don't know someone that's responsible, and then they don't know someone that will actually add them to their card, because people are always freaking out. Like some people they'll think, if I add you to my card, that's going to screw up my credit, and it's not going to screw your credit up. It's not going to affect the person that's adding you at all. If you don't give them the card, right? You don't give the authorized user the card and they run it up type of thing. So yeah, it's actually kind of weird. A lot of people just don't know that information and they're just kind of skeptical. Smash Murder, what's going on? I appreciate you stopping by. Paulette, thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to see you again. 22 Steelers 03 says, what's going on, Duane? I'm doing well. Thanks for all that you do. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Nick says, man, can I get a horn one time? Nick, hey, you know what? I'm gonna bring the horn out of retirement for you, my brother. It's so funny. I've gotten mixed reviews regarding the horn, which I guess makes sense. You know, you can't make everybody happy. Let me see where it is. Sound effects. You guys see my concentration face? I'm like really concentrating. Like, where's that horn? Here we go. Here we go, Nick. You know what I mean? It's not too loud. You know, it's like it's tasteful. You know what I'm saying? There you go, Nick. Pink Lady, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you very much. It's a pleasure to have you here. Once again, guys, if you have questions, please throw them into the comments. I will do my best to answer it as soon as I see it. And thank you for your patience, because I try to go through and make sure that I see everybody. Denise says, if I pay all my cards down 30% each month, roughly how many positive points will that be each month? Denise, that is a very, very hard question to answer, because I don't know your setup. And if I try to answer that question and say, oh, it's going to be X amount of points, I can't do that. It's impossible. What I will say, Denise, though, is when you want your score to be as high as possible, you really need to pay it down like 10% or lower. 30% is trash. I don't know why. 30% is something that's very common that a lot of people talk about. But like I said, get it down to 10% or lower. And if people don't believe what I'm talking about, just try it out. You know what I mean? If you're in a position where you can pay the card down all the way to 10% or pay the cards down to 10%, do it and see what happens. What's going on, D. Anderson? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, sir. Working at the office. Got a card to carry if pulled over. Okay, for essential employees. All right, I see you big time. Yes, sir. You got to have that card because everybody's supposed to be on the quarantine, huh? That's funny. W Gall 2408, thanks for stopping by the stream. Ulysses, thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate you, sir. Ronald, what's going on, man? Says, hey, Duane, I'm in New Jersey watching the show. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I appreciate you very much. It's a pleasure to have you here. Miss Gatlin, thank you so much for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. Reginald says, you definitely helped me get there. Thanks for the knowledge in the Discover Secured card. It is a great card. Hey, Reginald, man, congratulations to you for doing the work. I mean, it's one thing to have information, but the thing is, when we have information, that's part of it. The magic happens when we take massive action, taking action, and that's what you did. So congratulations to you. Going from 440 to 635 is a huge deal. Okay, so I see we have 105 people in the stream. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you have questions, be sure to throw them in the comments section so that I can do my best to answer it. And consider smashing that thumbs up in this video. It helps tremendously. Always Winning says, hey, how about becoming an authorized user on your card, on a card you already have? You can do it. You can do it. You can become an authorized user on a card you already have. That's not a problem at all. And clearly that's going to benefit you because it'll give you more available credit, right? So like, let's say you have the Blue Cash Everyday card with American Express and your limit's like $1,000. You can become an authorized user on someone else's Blue Cash Everyday card, and it's not a big deal at all. So you can totally do that. He says, he's back again. Yo, thank you for being back again. I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm not even going to butcher your name again, even though we've been through this. I know how to say your name, but because I'm so OCD, I'm not even going to attempt it because I want to be right. S House says, I canceled my first Premier card thanks to you and D. Anderson and others. Put in for the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card and got approved for $20,000. Let's go, S House. Congratulations, man. I appreciate you taking the time to share. Forgive me, I'm about to hit the horn and celebrate this brother. Yes, sir. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That is freaking dope. That is really awesome. Edgardo says, why does my FICO score go up and down by 25 points? That's a tricky question. I have no way to answer that other than something is happening, right? Something is being added or taken away, or maybe your score fluctuates because your credit card usage fluctuates. So your credit card usage fluctuates, and that's going to affect your credit card utilization, right? So all that means is if I have one credit card, it doesn't matter how many credit cards you have. Just using the card will fluctuate your credit utilization, and your credit utilization going from 3% to 10% to 15% to 30% back down to 3% is going to affect your score, okay? That's one thing that can affect your score. Of course, there are other things, but it's hard to tell you exactly why because I'm not looking at your credit report. D-Rob, what's going on, man? He says, how are you on this Corona struggle lifestyle? Dude, D-Rob, I'm hanging in there. Today is Tuesday. It's officially 2 weeks of me pigging out. I've pigged out every single day for 2 weeks. And it's super sad because I've done a lot of work in the gym the last 2.5, 3 months to lose like 25, you know, let's say like 25 pounds. Okay. It took me like 2-3 months because of course, you know, food is delicious. And so in 2 weeks, I probably gained back like 15 pounds. So I would say I'm not doing well in that regard, but other than that, I'm cool. I appreciate you stopping by. Sneaky25 says, I'm about to be done with this credit game because my Experian does this all the time and nothing ever goes on my report. Then 2 months later, it goes back up. Well, first of all, you can't be done with the credit game, Sneaky25. You got to hang in there. You got to keep fighting a good fight. Just be more vigilant, be more aware of what's going on with your credit score. And by that, I mean, you know, what's going on your credit report. Why is it fluctuating? Why does that happen type of thing? And just be patient, bro. You got it, man. You're in for the long haul. Credit is important. And, you know, it does make things a little easier and it does help us to save money, you know, on those big type of loans that we have to get. RJeff3 says, sup Duane, I've been rebuilding my credit for the past 2 years at the point where the best thing to do is nothing and let everything age and grow. This is an important piece to building credit. Yes, sir, you are 1000% correct. You hit the nail on the head. So a lot of people, I don't know, maybe you guys don't necessarily wonder, but I will say that there was a time where I did not give a F about my credit. I was just like, my finances were all over the place. And I was like, you know what, man, you know, this is going to settle when it's settled and I'll figure it out when I figure it out. But back in 2013, I decided to start the journey. Even though I knew my credit was crap at the time, I didn't wait till my credit got good or was better to apply for cards. So Capital One, of course, they were marketing to me at the time. I got the Capital One Platinum card back in 2013. And then I got another Capital One card in 2014. And literally, I didn't do anything until 2017. So I literally went 3 years where I did nothing other than use my credit card, pay it off, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. And during that time, I was discovering cashback because I had a Capital One Silver card, QUICKSILVER card. And I didn't know anything about cashback, you know, okay, 1.5% cashback. So literally I sat still for 3 years. And the reason why that happened for me was because I didn't have anybody that I can jump on their card as an authorized user. I didn't know that that was even possible and how I could benefit from that. So I didn't have any help. I just really sat still. Stuff had to fall off of my credit report. And that part of building your credit or rebuilding your credit, like that part of it sucks. But the good news is, you know, we have this channel, How to Build Credit TV, and you do hear information here that teaches you and shows you ways that can speed up that process. But you're right. Sometimes you have to sit still, absolutely, and do nothing. We have 116 people in the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to ask your questions in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. And go ahead and smash that like button. It helps the channel and the video substantially. Let's see here. Jay's Way is asking, how does it show up on your credit report? And I'm assuming you're talking about the authorized user. Basically, the authorized user, it shows up on your credit report as, you know, like you have an account with Bank X, and then it shows the credit card limit. So if you have an account with Bank X, it'll say Bank X, you know, like let's say it's Capital One. It'll say Capital One, and then it'll have the credit card limit for that particular card. So that's one way you know it's not your card, because you know that you don't have that card, number one. And number two, you know you don't have that amount of credit limit. Another way that you can tell when you're looking in Credit Karma, for example, Credit Karma, when you go under credit card utilization, it will tell you what your percentage is. So like you touch credit card utilization or you click on it on the screen, it will tell you what your utilization is. So like 1%, and then it will say out of X amount of dollars, right? So if it tells you out of $10,000, that means you have $10,000 of available credit line across the credit cards. So if you become an authorized user and you open your Credit Karma, and let's say you only have $1,000 of available credit, you know, whether it's across one credit card or 3 credit cards, it's just $1,000 of credit limit. If someone adds you on their card and that card has $5,000 available credit, now when they add it to your credit report, you'll see $6,000 of available credit instead of just your $1,000. So that's how you'll see it on your credit report. Mel Jones says, Duane, don't know how much I needed this live. COVID-19 killing us. Yeah, COVID-19 is killing me. Trust me. I don't even want to step on that scale and see how much weight I've gained. But it's killing me. And it's so funny because COVID-19 has nothing to do with me stuffing my face per se. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can't go to the gym, but I don't have to eat like this. But I don't know. It's it's not easy, I guess. Let's see here. Jay's Way says, how much available credit do you have? Would you ever say? At this time, I have at least $150,000 of available credit. The last time I looked, like I shared with you guys on the live stream, one of them, according to Credit Karma, was at 146. And then another one, according to Credit Karma, was like, I don't know, 113 or something like that. I'm pulling it up right here. I get my finger out the way. So I'm pulling up my Credit Karma right here on the screen. Just to kind of answer that question. Thank you so much for smashing that thumbs up. I really appreciate you a lot, whoever you were. So right now my credit scores are 762 with Transunion, 779 with Experian, according to Credit Karma. For me personally, my actual FICO score is always a little bit higher than Credit Karma. The average person, not so much. Your actual FICO score is always lower, but for some reason mine's always higher. I don't know why. So let me see. If I touch on TransUnion and I scroll down, it's saying my credit card utilization is 0%, but it's really not. It's really low. It's between 1 and 0%. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. Payment history 100. Finally, credit card utilization 0. It's not 0. It's between 0 and 1. Average age of credit really bad. 2 years, 11 months. Total accounts 41, hard inquiry 6. And so if I touch on credit card utilization, it will tell you this is right now. Let me share with you guys. See if I can get it to focus a little bit. 146,951 is my total available credit according to TransUnion. If I touch Experian here at the top, get it together, bro. On Experian, it says 123,751. Now, this is before I got approved for the Flagship card from Navy Federal, which is another 25,000. So I have a lot of available credit, but I have a lot of credit cards too, and it makes it just insanely easy for me to stay in, under 1%. It's super easy to stay between 0 and 10% when you have $100,000 of available credit, because 10% of $100,000 would be $10,000, which is a lot of money. And in general, I'm at a place where I'm not going to let $10,000 sit on my credit cards because I pay them off because I don't want to pay interest, okay? Because interest is the enemy. Jonathan, thank you for stopping by. Says, hi, how long when you become an authorized user, does it stay on your credit report? Does it fall off in a few months? Some accounts do fall off as far as authorized users, and some stay on forever. But in general, you should treat all authorized users as if they're going to fall off unless you were told something different. Okay, so it does fall off once you get off the card as an authorized user. Wow, we have 123 people watching. Guys, please ask your questions so that I can answer them, and please hit the thumbs up in this video because it helps tremendously. Jay Chi-Town says, I heard that when somebody adds you as an authorized user, their overall limit usually reports for 60 days, but the history remains on your report. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I've heard different things as well. I don't know from experience because I've never really been on someone's card. Yeah, no, that's not true. I've been on someone's card as an authorized user, but I didn't look to see what happened once I got off the card. But that was recently though. Like I say recently, like within the last 2-3 years, I was on someone's card as an authorized user, but I didn't pay attention, like I said, to see exactly what would happen once I got off of it, which is sad, but it's the truth. All right, let me see here. Chambe, what's going on, bro? Says we still have no work yet. Boring. Seattle become a ghost town nowadays. Anyway, I got the BECU credit union visa, 10,000 limit 2 months ago, and to my craziness, I asked for a limit increase, and boom, 18,000. Wow, congratulations, bro! Thanks for taking the time to come here and share that information with us, dude. You are on fire over there, man. That is really cool because I know you had a lot of inquiries, and I know that I was talking you out of like doing some of this stuff, but I'm glad it paid off for you for sure. Ronald says, thanks to Duane, my credit utilization is at 8%, and when my jewelers report, it should go down a lot lower. Thanks, Duane. Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Jay's Way says, do you think credit is king or cash? Jay's Way, I think credit is king for me, just because I get something for nothing, and by something for nothing, I just mean when I use my credit card, I am getting points or I'm getting cash back. When I pay for something in the grocery store with cash, I'm getting nothing other than my groceries, right? And that's cool. So in that regard, I would definitely say credit is king. Now, of course, others would say something in another situation. Like if somebody has the ability to buy a condo for $30,000 and you can't use your credit card and you got to pay cash or whatever, you do the transaction, I guess, like maybe wire transaction or direct deposit, right? Cash is king in that situation. It's kind of sad. I would be pissed if I couldn't use my credit card and get something out of that, but clearly that's not always going to be the case, right? Especially if there's any kind of fees that you have to pay with that. Paying fees for $30,000 on a credit card is going to be stupid high, so it's not going to be worth it. I don't want to pay $300, or $600 or $900 to process a $30,000 payment. Christina says, how long should I wait to apply for the Navy Fed credit card after opening a savings and checking account? Christina, it depends on which card you want to get. If you want to get a secured card with Navy Federal, and I would suggest getting a secured card if you're not sure. Then all you have to do is put the money in your savings account that you want your balance to be. If you want your balance to be $300, you deposit $300 in the savings account, then you call them up and open the secured card with Navy Fed. You can also call them and ask if you're pre-qualified for any of their credit cards. This is not going to be a hard inquiry. It is not a hard inquiry. They'll tell you, you qualify for all of our cards, or no, you don't qualify. If they say no, you don't qualify, get the secure card. If they say yes, you do qualify for all of our cards, then deciding which card you want to get and which of the sign up bonuses you can meet by meeting the spending limit, then go for that particular card. Good question. Making Money D Brown says, have you heard of the new FICO score? Yes, I have. I guess you're talking about FICO 10. I'm not worried about it. I feel like if you do what you're supposed to do, like we are now regarding FICO 8, regarding FICO 9, regarding any kind of scoring method. Basically, you use your credit, you pay your bills on time, you should be good to go. You know what I mean? You keep your utilization low, you should be good to go. So I'm not really stressed out about whatever is going to happen with FICO 10. Let me see here. Omega, thanks for stopping by. Says dropping by and giving a like. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Meek37 says, thanks to your advice, I'm up 40 points. It's been almost 30 days. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you, Meek37. I really appreciate you taking the time to say that. That means a lot. And it means a lot for people watching that are new as well, right? So we have somebody that might be watching that has no idea about this channel, How to Build Credit TV. They don't know who I am. They don't trust me, that type of thing. So it's really cool that you guys are sharing your experiences and letting others see, you know, what happens in this community. So I appreciate that. Smash Murder says, so I did a pay for removal 2 weeks ago for the only strike I had on my report, already off, and of 3 reports, 50-point boost. Wow, that is freaking dope. Man, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm so glad that the pay for deletion actually worked. You know what I mean? Like, they actually did what they said they were going to do. And of course, your score went up just like we thought it would. We had no idea it was going to be 50 points. So that's even a better surprise. So that's cool, man. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Tyrone, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Jay's Way says, how long would you recommend someone being an authorized user? Also, after becoming an authorized user, when should you apply for new credit? I would recommend somebody be an authorized user depending on your situation, right? So depending on what your score does, I would say if you can be an authorized user on someone's card that you know personally and it doesn't cost you 1 cent, stay on the card as long as they'll have you, you know? It's always a good rule to be able to at least replace the credit limit that you're on. If you're on someone's card and it's a 2,000 credit limit, if you're in a position to apply for a credit card like 8 months later and get approved for at least 2,000 and above, it won't affect your credit card utilization as much because you're at least replacing the overall credit limit. But of course, you're going to lose the time that you stayed on that person's card. So if you stay on the person's card for 3 years, you know, and then you get off of their card, you're going to lose the 3 years, which is unfortunate. But like I said, if you can replace at least the credit limit, it won't hurt you that much. Rick, thanks for stopping by the stream. Says, just joined. I'm late. Was following a big earthquake in Idaho. Okay, I didn't even know there's an earthquake going on in Idaho, man. Thanks for stopping by, Rick. Diamond, thank you for stopping by the stream. Says, I'm late, but I made it. This is my highlight. This is the highlight of my day besides these shots. What shots? What shots? I'm curious what shots you're talking about, but thanks for stopping by, Diamond. Steven, I hope I said that right. Or yeah, I think it's Steven. I'm checking in. I like your unenveloping of the credit card last week, Friday. Navy Federal Credit Union is making dreams come true. You have earned another like. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate that like. Mr. Rodriguez says, hello, what bank make the best card and why? That is a very open-ended question. It depends on what the best card is, because the best card to me is going to be different than what the best card is to somebody else. So if you're specifically talking about points, I would say, like, maybe if you're talking about points that you can redeem towards travel, I would say Chase, American Express, in that order. If you're talking about cash back, of course, Chase would be up there as well. And I guess American Express can be there as well. So it really depends on what you're talking about. I don't really know how to give a better answer than that, to be honest. Right. Let me see here. Blazing 808. What's going on, bro? Haven't seen you in a while. Says, hey, Duane, hope all is well. Just this week, I was approved for the Delta Platinum, making this the 17th credit card. My question is, what are the application rules for US Bank Cash Plus Visa? Great question. As far as I know, I think when it comes to applying for that particular card, if you have like I would say more than 3 inquiries, you probably shouldn't apply for that card. And not really that you shouldn't, but that you shouldn't be surprised if you don't get approved for that card. Your credit score is at least 700. You should be good to go. I At the time that I applied for my card back in 2018, my score was definitely above 700. I don't remember exactly what it was, but anywhere from 700 to 720. I know it was my score was probably higher than that, to be honest, but I think you should be good to go. And that is a very, very, very solid card. Very solid card, man. Get that card. Unique Assassin says, just got approved for 3 cards, same day. Will my score drop a lot? Your score will drop temporarily for sure. A lot, I don't know. We don't know these things, but I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped at least 10 points, maybe even 15 points. Come back and let me know, though. I'm curious. Eugene, thanks for stopping by. Says, hey, Duane, been watching your videos for a while. I started my credit journey back in May 2019 with a credit score of 542. And now in March 2020, my credit score is 742. Now, great information. Dude, that is cool, man. Thank you for taking the time to share this information, bro. That's awesome. I've never seen you make a comment here on the channel. I don't think I have. And so I appreciate you taking the time to join the live stream and commenting, sharing your experiences. Dude, that's dope. Congratulations, man. That is freaking awesome, bro. That's some serious work. Always Winning says, what is the criteria for Navy Federal? Seems to be mentioned a lot within credit repair builders. The criteria is for you to have some kind of military affiliation, whether it be like a stepbrother, sibling, partner, you know, mom, dad type of thing. Basically will get you in the door with Navy Fed, and they are a good bank for which to have a relationship. The Keyman 1 says, hello, Duane, just stopping through. Appreciate you, sir. I appreciate that a lot. Paulette says, Duane, my husband just got a pay raise. Can I use his pay as part of my income? Very tricky question there, Paulette. Now, I know that people have mentioned using like a household income when they apply for cards. I don't know if it makes a huge difference because your social is the one that's being used. You know what I mean? When it comes to any kind of verification income wise, it's really kind of your social, right? You're not applying with your social and your husband's social as well. But with that being said, have I ever fudged on the income portion of a credit card application? The answer is yes. Do I suggest it? That's on you. You know, I can't tell you what to do, but yeah, let me know how that goes for you. John says, Duane, what do you plan on doing with your $1,200 government coronavirus refund check? I planned on keeping it in the bank. I don't plan on buying anything with it per se. I'm going to keep it in the bank or invest it. And that's it. That is a great question, though, because a lot of people treat that as well as tax returns as, you know, free money. And I guess it's free money, but it's not really free, right? I mean, it's kind of your money, to be honest. But, you know, I do understand people that need to use the money for whatever reason. So I'm not, you know, speaking poorly of those people. I get it. Life happens, blah, blah, blah. But if you can help, it, I would say keep the money, or at least keep a portion of it. You know what I mean? Or if you're going to spend it, I guess spend it wisely, you know, use it on a trip or use it paying bills or whatever. But me personally, I'm definitely going to keep it for sure. Eugene says, yes, big jump. It was a hard journey, but I made it. Yes, sir. Yeah, you made it. Kenneth says, thank you for your great advice. I think you are one of the best YouTube. You always bring good knowledge. Thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate you taking the time to type that up. Don't remember seeing you here before in the live stream, so thank you so much for doing that. We have 113 people watching, 102 thumbs up. If you haven't already smashed the thumbs up in this video, please smash the thumbs up. It helps tremendously. The Forbes, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. He said, hit the like button. Yes, sir. Good advice. William says, what's up, bro? Looking forward to signing up tomorrow as an authorized user. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. And yeah, like I said, let me know. I'll help you in any way that I can. Tyrone says, Duane, I got approved for the Region Bank's Cash Rewards Visa, 1,000 limit. My second new card won't apply for another card till this time next year. Tyrone, congratulations to you, sir, on that $1,000 limit with Regions Bank. Congratulations, bro. That's dope. I mean, you got the right profile pic. You got a bunch of different credit cards on there. I know that you're definitely a credit card application you encouraged me to apply for multiple credit cards. So that's dope, Tyrone. Congratulations, man. Gary says, I pulled the trigger on the Navy Fed, 14,600 limit. I'm still waiting for the unsecured to graduate. My score was a FICO 628. Cool, Gary, congratulations, man. You guys, that is so freaking dope. I love it. This is so cool. It's like church where people give their testimony, or like a good testimony, right? Because we have a bunch of different types of testimony. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of cool that people are stopping by, sharing their experiences and their stories in regards to applying for cards and their credit journey. So that's awesome, guys. I appreciate that. Congratulations again, Gary. He says it was a Navy Fed Amex. Gary, what was your sign-up bonus? Was it 25,000 points or 30,000 points? Jay Chi-Town checking in from Chicago. Yes, sir. Of course. Rod, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Diamond says, I keep seeing these videos about credit limits being reduced. Have you experienced that? I did experience a credit limit reduction. I'm laughing because I had my Macy's card. It was just a Macy's card. It wasn't a credit card. It wasn't like a Macy's card with the American Express logo, which means I can use it outside of Macy's. It was just a card that I can only use in Macy's that I opened in July 2017. And my limit was $800 at the time. I'm laughing because they reduced my limit from $800 to $700. And then they proceeded to close my account a couple of months later. And I was like, no, because it's one of my oldest accounts. But it wasn't my oldest account, so it didn't affect my credit. It really didn't affect my credit at all, to be honest with you. Corey says, Experian is the worst, slowest at removing derogatory marks. I did not know that. Yeah, that's gotta suck. Raquel, thank you for stopping by. Says, what do you think about these small businesses or business loan due to the corona stimulus? I think if people are in need and if it helps them, go for it. You know what I mean? As long as people are able to be responsible, and responsible, you know, with a grain of salt, right? Because responsible has to also do with what's going on with your life financially. Because if something happens that you know, have to use your credit for, that's just what it is. You know, even me right now, and I feel like I'm in a great spot financially, but I'm not untouchable. You know, I'm not untouchable by life and life events and something that can totally turn my world upside down. You know, the good news is I know how to rebuild. And it's so strange because, you know, I have a lot of available credit limit, right? So I have over $100,000 worth of credit limit, but that doesn't mean anything to me because at this point in my life, I would never charge up $100,000 worth of credit because I have the available credit. You know what I mean? I'm insanely responsible now, thank goodness. So yeah, a pimp. What's going on, man? Duane, the underground credit guru. How are you? How are you, brother? I'm doing well, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Quiet Storm 7 says, yeah, Experian sucks. In regard to what Corey said. Nathan, thanks for stopping by the stream, says, what Discover card, who is it? What Discover card, who is it? I'm not sure what you're saying there. Corey said, ironically, he started his credit journey in 2013 as well. Yes, sir. That was a good year. 2013. Tiffany, thank you for stopping by. I don't remember seeing you here in the stream. Maybe you've been here before, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. You said that Experian is the devil. Ulysses says, what is a good credit source? I'm sorry, good credit score for me to apply for the Discover It? If you're able to be pre-qualified for the Discover It card, then you're pre-qualified, and that's probably good, and you should probably pull the trigger on that. If you're not pre-qualified for it, I always like to throw out the credit score of 680, and this is a FICO credit score. So I always throw out the credit score of 680, the FICO score, because I feel like it's decent credit, and it certainly should be good enough to get the Discover card. Also, another thing to consider is if you have like 4 or more inquiries, then it's not going to be a surprise, even if your credit score is 720 or 740 or 760, if you're denied for a credit card because you have too many inquiries within a short time. And speaking more about those inquiries, this is actually kind of important because the last time that I applied for those 2 credit cards recently, both of them on March 23rd this year, 2020, I applied for 2 cards at the same time. or like seconds apart. Okay. The reason why I didn't feel any way about getting approved or didn't think I was going to be denied was because I already had a relationship with those banks. So I think like if you have a relationship with the bank, it makes it a little bit easier. Now, of course, I'm not talking about Chase. Chase is a whole nother deal. Barclays is also a whole nother deal. So it just really kind of depends. It just really kind of depends. But I think a 680 is a decent credit score to have to FICO score to get approved for the Discover It card. Please use my referral link or somebody's referral link so that you can get the $50 statement credit that you get once you make your first purchase. That's an easy $50 that you're going to get by using the referral link. Chris says, how do you feel about Credit Strong and Self-Lender to help build a thick credit profile? I feel like it's good. I mean, they're all tools, and if people prefer to do that than doing a secured card or doing that and a secured card, whatever helps, I think it's good to go. I personally didn't do that, but I didn't do it because I didn't know about it, and I just didn't know about it. But I think it's fine. I mean, they're all tools, to be honest. Raquel says the Amex Blue Card want me to get a letter. Want me to get a letter from my bank to confirm I have a banking account and confirm my address, but bank are closed in my area. Ah, yikes. Maybe you can see if you can contact them and see if you can have them email you something or mail you something. That's tough, but it's definitely worth going through that struggle to get the card for sure. So, you know, maybe be positive and hopefully, fingers crossed, you can get it somehow. Maybe they can email it to you. Flaming Profits says, I became an authorized user for my uncle and now I have an 18-year history and I'm barely 21. Awesome. And it's kind of funny how that works, right? Because clearly that doesn't make anybody's sense, right? Because you're 21 and you got all this history. But as you begin to accumulate credit moving forward, the 18 years is going to, you know, of course, it's going to be cut in half and so on and so forth. The average is not going to be 18 years as you get your own credit, but that's cool. That's cool. Christina says, I was just told that if you have a Platinum Capital One credit card, you can upgrade it online without getting a soft or hard pull, but you must have the Capital One Platinum or QUICKSILVER One credit cards. Yeah, I have heard that as well, Christina, that you can upgrade online. I have not done so because I now have the QUICKSILVER and the Saver card. So I don't really want to upgrade those cards. I mean, I may consider getting the Capital One Venture card at some point, but I haven't. So yeah, thank you for taking the time to share that. Denise says, Duane, I had to realize that your credit is your life. It's best to have it when you need it versus not have it and wish you had it. It's best to start somewhere. Order our reports annually. Or order your reports annually. Yeah, for sure. I thought you were going to say order my steps in your word. Nah, I didn't really think that, but that's one of my favorite songs, Order My Steps. It's a great song. Gospel song. Let's see. Angel Does My Nails. Okay, I was like, what? Says, wow. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Angel Does My Nails. I don't remember seeing you here before. A pimp says, if you really want to build your credit, Hulk smash that thumbs up button. Yeah, that's good advice. I like that. Joseph says, wowzers. That's funny. Gina says, COVID-19 and the FICO 10 has the economy on shakes. Agreed. What are your thoughts about still trying to build credit during this time? I'm torn between saving and working on becoming a homeowner. Gina, here's the thing, like, one of the things, the benefits of me being a male and me clearly I'm sexist because I just said being a male. One of the benefits in me being a male and me being myself is that I'm very nonchalant, and it works out to my advantage. It works to my advantage sometimes, and I think this is one of those times. I'm not stressing that stuff. You know what I mean? And it's easy for me to say it because it doesn't necessarily affect me directly, right? So I get that. But at the same time, as far as the FICO score is concerned, like, you know, I'm going to keep doing what I do, which is be responsible. So FICO 10, you know, FICO 15, FICO, whatever they come out with is not going to affect me. All I need to do is figure out how the game is played and play it. you know, and as long as the 5 categories don't change, I should be good to go as far as like, you know, what I need to do to take care of that. Now the COVID-19 thing is it's screwed up a lot of stuff. And I mean, I don't know. Like I said, me personally, I'm not going to freak out. You know, I'm just going to go accordingly and take it as it comes and just, you know, kind of deal with it that way. I'm not going to stress out about something that hasn't happened yet. I'm not going to be fearful about something that's not even happening in my life at the moment. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Jay's Way says, damn, I was trying to get like you. I want that much available credit. You will. You will. And the crazy part is, like, we're going to remember your starting point. We're going to remember your stepping stone. We're going to remember your point of departure, which is where you are now or where you were. So don't sweat it. You will definitely get there, and it's going to be freaking awesome. You're going to come here and share that experience, and we're going to remember that, like, you're saying exactly this. You can absolutely get to that point. You know, it's not something that only a few people can do. Just about everybody can do it, you know, especially if you know how to play the game and you know what's going on in regards to the credit and credit bureaus and the 5 categories, and you set yourself up for success. And success would be, I'm going to apply for this card if I know I have like 2 or 3 or less inquiries. You know, if I have 0 inquiries and I'm applying for a card, my chances of being approved is going to be high, as well as getting a decent credit limit is going to be high as well. So you'll get there. Don't even sweat that. Corey says, where's the thumbs up on this thing? Yeah, dude, you know, that's crazy. Some people said they can't find the thumbs up, which is weird. I'm not sure where or what their experience is, but I have heard that before. Wow, we have 122 people in the stream. I'm loving it. If you have questions, be sure to ask them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer it. Please smash the thumbs up in this video. It helps tremendously, and I would appreciate it greatly. Let's see here. Okay, D. Anderson saying that his FICO score is always higher than Credit Karma. 768 FICO, all 3. Sweet. Fruit to live or fruit to live. I'm not sure what it means. I mean, which one it is. Forgive me. Says my FICO is between 10 and 30 points higher. Okay, sweet. Thank you for taking the time to share that information. Like I said, it's not very, I don't think it's common that a lot of people's FICO is higher. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I would rather people know that their Credit Karma score is going to be higher in most cases than their FICO score. I really, like, when you look at that Credit Karma score, unless you know for a fact that your FICO score is higher, always assume that your FICO score is lower. Okay, that's always the best thing to do, for sure. Corey says, man, 41 accounts. Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of accounts. There's accounts that's been closed in there. It's not 41 credit cards, clearly, right? So it's just accounts in general. Star Rose, thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate you. Seeing you here again. Corey says, what are your thoughts on auto pay? Surely with that many accounts, you must have them all on auto pay. Crazy thing, Corey, is I do not have any of my accounts on auto pay. Not one of them. Partly because I'm a nerd and I nerded out. You know, I check my bank account, I check my credit card. But it's really easy for me to keep it straight because I pay off the credit card like 1 or 2 days after it hits my credit, after it posts to the credit card. Okay. And that's just what it is. I don't stress about like letting stuff sit on there, make sure I'm at 3% utilization. Like, I don't have time to worry about that. I literally, like, if I get gas, like I got gas today with one of my credit cards, I actually use my More Rewards card from Navy Federal Credit Union because I got 3% on gas. I used that card today, and today is Tuesday. Maybe Friday I'll look on that account and I'll pay it off. So I don't have any of my accounts on auto pay, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but I just don't. So I don't have it because I'm a nerd and I'm always looking at my account. Let's see here. Lyndon, thank you so much for that $30 super chat. Guys, be sure to go to Lyndon's channel, How to Get an 800 Credit Score LLC, and subscribe to his channel. He does videos about credit as well. He also does credit, some credit repair stuff as well. So he's actually certified in regards to some things pertaining to credit, which I am not. which is crazy. I'm sleeping on myself. Be sure to go to Lyndon's channel and subscribe and click that notification bell. So Lyndon says, Duane's channel is awesome and a great way to learn about building credit. Hit the thumbs up, fam. Lyndon, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, man. I meant to call you the other day, believe it or not. And the reason why is because I was just checking in with you. Maybe when you get the time, you can reach out to me and let me know what's going on. Let me scroll back up here. Lyndon, thank you so much for that $30 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Scrolling back up. Scrolling back on up. Oh, look at this. Come on, Gregory. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat via Cash App. I appreciate that, Gregory. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat on Cash App. All right, let me scroll back up here. Okay, let me see. Drift says, what's the best FICO resource that reports accurate reporting, paid and non-paid? The best FICO resource is going to be myfico.com. I don't ever pay for stuff because I'm cheap and I like to keep as much money in my pocket as possible. But myfico.com is a good place to go for sure. Thank you so much for that $1.99 super chat. Freddie says, hey D, thank you very much. You really helping me. I appreciate that, Freddie. Thank you so much for that $1.99 super chat. It is an honor. Let's see here. Wow. Okie dokie. Not sure. Donald, I need to talk to you, bro. I saw your name. Your name had popped up because we had talked about an authorized user situation. So text me if you can, or email me, helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. $3.99 from pair character what's this? Exaggeratingly stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of tea. All right, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. All right, let me jump back up here and see if I can start back where I was in the comments real quickly. It should be pretty easy. Let's see. All right, sweet. D. Anderson says FICO 10 will look at credit card debt, recent late payments, and personal loans differently. Find out what else you need to know about. Yeah, I mean, and absolutely. So yeah, credit card debt. Okay. Recent late payments, of course. And so they'll be able to access your payment history for a longer time span, like up to 24, 30 months of payment history. Okay. Whereas that wasn't the case. They didn't necessarily go that far back in regards to your payment history. So that's one of the things that will be different on FICO 10. Do credit card report if you're not using them? They will report, but it's better to have some kind of activity on the card. I mean, me personally, because I have, I think, 19 cards, I basically try to use my cards at least once every 3 months. I try to use all of them once a month, but once every three, not even three, I'll say once every 2 months. Okay, I use all of my cards. I go through them, even if it's a small purchase. Okay. Ricky, thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate you so much. Jorge, thanks for stopping by. Jorge says, greetings, rude boy. Yo, is this Angel? You know what I'm saying? Angel, this guy named Angel always says rude boy. So, yo, I appreciate you stopping by, Jorge. Giggles says, following your advice, I got my score to 650. Helped a family member. Unbeknownst to me, they messed up and my score was dropped 20 points. So disappointed. Will never help anyone again. I'm not laughing at you, like, you know, I'm just laughing at you're talking about you're not helping anyone again. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. It's tricky when you try to help people. I have caught myself in that situation quite a bit. First of all, if you're watching the channel and you haven't smashed the thumbs up yet, please smash the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and smash that notification bell so you get updates when I do videos. So back in 2019, I don't know, I was on a Good Samaritan rampage. You know, I was like, okay, you know, I got a little extra dollars here, you know, let me help some people. And it's crazy because like it's hard. Like if you want to help somebody and you try to help them and you get burned, it's the worst feeling. And back in 2019, I did that. I loaned somebody $2,800, and at the time I thought, you know, this is going to benefit me also because I had just gotten the American Express Platinum charge card and I needed to spend, I want to say $5,000. I think it's $5,000 in 3 months. So I was like, okay, $2,800, cool. You know, this is going to benefit me, blah, blah, blah. They'll pay me back. It'll help me meet my minimum spend. $2,800, and I got burned, and it sucks. So I totally hear you in regards to not wanting to help anybody moving forward. Chambe says, my credit friends, let's hear this channel. 12,000 Corona stimulus check. Show me some love. Let's see here. Win Twin says, man, I love your lives because I'm giving up Empire TV show, better content anyway. What? Dude, you out here watching this over Empire? It's so funny. I haven't seen Empire in several seasons. I'm insanely behind. Clearly, I'm not worrying about it, but I probably haven't watched Empire in 2 seasons, which is very, very unfortunate. But I hear you, man. I appreciate you doing that. Santiago's, thanks for stopping by the live stream. I appreciate you very, very, very much. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat, Rod. I saw that pop up on my screen. I really appreciate you, Rod. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat. That means a lot to me. I really, really appreciate that. All right, let me jump back up here. See if I can catch up to where I was. Back in the stream. Yep, there we go. No, sort of. Gregory, thank you, sir. Okay, got you. Gregory, thank you so much for that $20 super chat that you sent over on Cash App. Man, I really appreciate that. You didn't even mention it. You just sent it on Cash App. You didn't say anything in the live stream. So I really appreciate that, bro. That's awesome. Says, when you talk about credit scores for credit cards, are you talking about FICO 8 or the credit card FICO? I'm talking about the FICO 8 scoring model is what I'm really talking about most of the times, just because that is, I still think that that's the one that's commonly used right now still. Always Winning says, me again, on Navy Federal, is there a minimum criteria score wise or just military part? So just the military part initially, just to get your foot in the door. And then once you get your foot in the door, if you're not sure, call them and ask them if you're pre-qualified for any of their cards. If they tell you, yes, you're pre-qualified for all of our cards, then you can apply for maybe the cash rewards. But if you're not pre-qualified, then go ahead and put like $300 or $500 in your savings account and then call them up and open the secured credit card with Navy Federal. Wait for that card to be graduated or promoted to an unsecured card, and then you can apply for your next card at that point. Santiago says, my credit at Credit Karma is at 705. I have a Discover 2000 and Southwest at 3500 for a year now. I haven't seen an increase on the credit cards or credit go up. What do you think I should do next? That is a tough question, bro. I have no idea if you have derogatory marks on your credit report that might be holding your score down, or something from the past, or if your payment history is not at 100%, like let's say your payment history is at 94%, even though 94 sounds good, 94% is not good. It needs to be like 98 and above, right, for you to kind of maximize the payment history portion of your credit score. So it just really depends. That's a very open-ended question that I can't answer very specifically without knowing your situation. Also, I don't know what your credit card utilization is, right? So if your credit card utilization is at 40% and you pay it down to 4%, your score is going to go up if you pay it down to 4%. So these are some things that you want to look into yourself. Hopefully that helps. D. Anderson says, my peeps don't give up or feel discouraged. 5 years ago during the separation divorce, I was at 465 FICO. I rebuilt from scratch all myself, no tricks, etc. Just grind. 768 FICO. Yes, sir. D, thank you for sharing your experiences, bro. And that is awesome. Let's see here. Freddie says, OKC in the building. I hear you, bro. Making up noise. I hear you, bro. Francisco, thanks for stopping by. Says, how's it going, Duane? A little late. Hope everything is good. Had me discombobulated yesterday because I didn't see you. Yeah, my bad, bro. Yesterday didn't work out. I was going to end up doing the live stream at 7:30 instead of 7, and I just didn't do it at all. But, you know, I'm back again for another How to Build Credit TV live stream. Alvin, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Joseph says, typically, how long does Amex take to post? Anywhere from 0 to 2 months. If you're very, very lucky, let's say the account closes on the 15th of the month. If you sign up, you know, like if you sign up on someone's card on the 1st of the month and the 15th rolls around, maybe it can report like the 17th or 18th of that exact same month, or it will the next month. So most cases and worst case scenario, 2 months. Jose says, how to go about secured to unsecured. My utilization is high until it reports again on the 21st. 1,600 secured, 300 unsecured currently, 19K still owed on a 21K truck loan, all current payments. How to go about secured to unsecured. Well, first of all, I hope you have a secured card with a credit card or bank that promotes to the unsecured card. If they don't promote you to an unsecured card, like let's say it's a Capital One card, Capital One doesn't promote to an unsecured card. So you can't go from secured to an unsecured. So that will be tricky, but normally you just use the card and, excuse me, you just use the card and eventually they'll promote you to an unsecured card. Eventually, depending on who the bank is. Of course, you know, different banks have different requirements that they look at before they promote you, and other banks are harder than others to get promoted. So I don't feel like I did a good job answering that question, but I think I answered it. T, what's going on? Says how to increase a score from 602 TransUnion to 700. How long will it take? I have no clue. I have no clue how long it will take because I have no clue what's going on with your credit report. I cannot answer those questions, and I definitely don't like giving answers that I can't be specific about. So yeah, it depends on what's going on with your credit score. Corey says, nailed it. I just suggested 680 as well. All right, Corey, let's go, man. Start that YouTube channel, bro. Just know it's going to be a lot of work. How's your Navy Fed credit card going? Which cards do you have? I have the Cash Rewards card from Navy Fed. I have the More Rewards from Navy Fed. And then I also have the Navy Federal Flagship Rewards card. It's cool. So far, this month, March, I've used all 3 cards already. I've already used the Flagship card, even though I don't have the card physically. American Express does a really, really good job of giving you your account number. It's an option when you fill out online of getting your account number. It might be a temporary account number and password and all that, but you can use your card without having the physical card. And Navy Federal Credit Union does the same thing as well. With American Express, it's right there when you're completing your application online. And then with Navy Federal Credit Union, they will email you like a day or 2 after you got approved for your credit card and tell you that, hey, you want to get your credit card number, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I'm having a good time with those cards. Jose says, I have a pre-approval for Discover with 588 FICO and 8 inquiries. Wondering if I should apply for the Discover. Dude, great question. Don't be surprised if you don't get approved for it, even though you're pre-qualified, because that's the 588 and the 8 inquiries. Like, I'm telling you, nope, don't do it. You know, so that's up to you. Please share your experience. Let me know what happens. And be sure to use my referral link or somebody's referral link in regards to Discover cards, so you get that $50 statement credit once you make your first purchase with that. Tyrone says, what do you think about TD Bank credit cards? Tyrone, come on, man. You should know this. I've done a video about it already. I don't know. I just feel like you've been around when I talked about it. TD Bank credit cards are good for the most part. I like them a lot. They offer the ability to earn quite a bit of cash back, especially on one of the TD Bank cards. I wanted a relationship with them very, very badly. TD Bank is weird because you need to have a branch in your city or in your state to apply for one of their cards or to get approved for it, really, to be honest with you. But I think TD Bank is freaking awesome. Corey says, I wish I had known about your referral link in January when I signed up for Discover. Yes, sir, I hear you. It's no big deal, man. Kyle says, hey, Duane, do you know if the dividend card is still available? I love the 5% cards. I'm trying to get all of them. If it's available, you'd have to contact Citibank and ask. I know that when I did it back in 2019, I feel like it's 2019, maybe the end of 2018. It's not a card that you're going to see on their website, so just call them and ask them. Star Rose says, what credit score do you need to get a Discover It Secured card? Tricky question. There's not necessarily a specific score. You know, I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for that. Probably, I want to say, I wanted to say like 600 to like 640, maybe even 580 to 640. I don't know exactly, but the Discover Secure card is tricky. I mean, people have gotten rejected for that card and they had a decent credit score, so I'm not sure. Corey was saying that he thinks that the Citi dividend card died in 2018. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. Like I said, you'd have to give them a shout. Ulysses says, thank you, Duane, for your information. For the information, will do. Yes, sir. Our Keith, I hope I said that correctly, says all my inquiries will be removed by early July. My score is 740. Will that inhibit me from getting approved? I think if the inquiries are going to fall off in July, then you should just wait till then, if possible. I mean, July is, I mean, it's kind of around the corner, kind of, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about and which card you're talking about. If you're interested in like the Discover or the American Express cards, you can go to their site and see if you're pre-qualified. And if you are, then you can consider taking that time to apply. Or if you want to play it safe, just wait until your inquiries fall off and then apply then. Mr. Randolph, what's going on, bro? Says, hey, fam, checking in from Durham, North Carolina. Thanks for stopping by, sir. Craig says, what credit card do you suggest I get now, Duane, now that I have no debts? Craig, great question. It depends on your credit score. It depends on what kind of card you're interested in, cashback versus points that you're going to use towards travel. There is a lot of cards from which to choose. You want to go to Chase? You want to go with American Express? You want to do both? Do you want to get Navy Federal credit cards? So that's a very open-ended question. I think it depends on what you want to accomplish as far as credit cards, cashback cards, or points cards. Lloyd says, anyone in this chat knows any consumer lawyers, Central Florida, charge off inaccurate? I don't know, that's not for me. Lloyd throwing out the contact info in here. Yeah, hopefully somebody will get back to you, Lloyd, if they know. Rod says, well, if you are on the phone, X out the live chat, hit the thumbs up, then come back in. Okay, I see. Rod's giving advice about like how they can hit the thumbs up. Donald says, what's up, man? Slow and steady wins the race in the credit game. I went up 100 plus points over the last year from 491. I'm in the high 600s across all reports. The important thing is to learn the game. Yes, sir. 1,000,000%. Mr. Williams, I agree with you very much. Ken says, first time listening. Do you do credit repair? I do not personally, Ken, but thanks for listening. Let's see. Always Winning says, if you hit the X, okay, you're talking about how to get back in and give a thumbs up. Okay, scrolling. Guys, if you have questions, please be sure to ask. We have 104 people watching, 132 thumbs up. I appreciate you guys that have smashed the thumbs up and people that are watching. So if you haven't smashed it yet, consider smashing that thumbs up, please. It helps tremendously. Ebony says, I just joined Navy Fed, founded your channel after going for a credit card. I should have waited because they only gave me 500 with a 670 FICO, and I believe it was because too many inquiries fixing that before 91.3. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about it, Ebony. It's all good. I mean, you're here now, and you're gonna fix it and take care of what you need to do moving forward. And you're clearly gonna be applying for your next card after 91 days. So that's cool. EAE Uploads says, question, when you get a secured credit card and you buy in, does the credit become available every month as if an unsecured card? Basically, when you get a secured card, all you're doing is you're determining what your overall credit limit will be. So if I deposited $500, my credit limit is going to be $500, period. Okay, and then I'm going to use my credit card like a regular card, but that security deposit is not going to be refunded to you until you get promoted. So yeah, of course, like if you charge $100 and you pay $70, $30 is going to carry over to the next month. It's just going to be like a regular credit card. You're going to have a $500 credit limit, period, always and forever until you're promoted, or unless you add more money to that account. Depending on the secured card that you have, you can do that. And be careful, some of the secured cards, if you add money to your account, it's going to be a hard inquiry. So be careful, make sure you know the information before you do that. Janelle, thanks for stopping by. It says, hey, what's up, Duane, the champ? Thanks for stopping by, Janelle. It's a pleasure to have you and Lyndon in the house. Freddie says, my FICO 8 score just hit 733 because of this channel. Freddie, let's go, bro. There we go. Let's celebrate that. That's awesome, man. Congratulations, bro. That's cool. Tyrone says, I will now go back in the garden till this time next year. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. You're talking to Lyndon right there. T says, which cards do you have with Navy Fed? I have the, I'm sure you already heard this, but I have the cash rewards, the more rewards, and I also have the flagship card from Navy Fed. I think those are the best 3 cards to get from Navy Fed, and I think it's probably okay to get them in that order. The cash card first, the more rewards, and then the flagship. I think that's a decent order to get them in as well. Boxing Truth Serum says, Navy Fed and Wells Fargo uses FICO 9. Cool. Thanks for letting us know that, man. I appreciate you stopping by the channel again. It's a privilege to have you here, sir. Travis says, this guy needs more subscribers. Travis, I appreciate that, and I agree. But, you know, I'll take what I have and keep grinding, man. YouTube is, for me, YouTube has definitely been a grind, for sure. I can say that I've done a lot of work compared to some other people that have more subs, but other people have less subs than I do, and they've done more work than me. So I'm grateful for where I am. Not gonna try to pronounce this. Says, what up, man? Good info. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you for stopping by. Oh, D Anderson says he has 3 personal cards and 1 business card. D, that's cool, because I've been thinking about getting a business card from Navy Fed as well. That is really cool, man. I did not know you had the business card from them. Thank you guys for smashing the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I saw some thumbs up going on there. My first card, $300. My second card, $12,000. What the F? Is this with Navy Fed? Let me know. Is this with Navy Federal? That's funny. Pink Lady says she is gardening. Absolutely. I love that little plant picture there. That's good. Tyrone says, wow, you come a long way. When we first met you, when it comes to these cards. I'm not sure if that's for me or not, but I definitely have come a long way for sure. Oh, you were talking to Lyndon, but even me. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Scrolling. Man, I love this communication you guys have going on here. Curtis, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Curtis, it's a pleasure to have you here back in the house. And thank you for showing up on my other channel, How to Grow on YouTube TV, and supporting that live stream last week. I appreciate that a lot. Let's see. Scrolling. Guys, if you guys have questions, please be sure to ask them. I'll do my best to answer it as, to the best of my abilities. To the best of my abilities. I'm up to 712 FICO. Never thought I'd be here fixing to buy a home. Awesome. Congratulations, man, for doing the work. Extreme Mobile. Thanks for stopping by. It says hi. Hi to you. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I had the Discover student for 1 year, 10 months. The score went up to $765. Recently applied for the Chase Freedom and American Express Blue Cash. Got approved for both. Congratulations, and that's awesome. Thanks for taking the time to share your information and your experience. That's cool. You mean you did it in the right order. Had your little student card, and then you got 2 big bangers with the Chase Freedom and the American Express. That is freaking awesome. That is so cool. Kyle says, has anybody bought a home using Navy Fed? I heard they have no down payment, no PMI, insurance, home loan. I think Navy Fed is good. It's a good way to go. I know that for me, I'm going to be going through Navy Fed first before anybody else as far as trying to get a loan for anything. Car, home, whatever. I'm definitely hitting up Navy Fed for sure. Star Rose says, good chat and good information. Thank you, Star Rose. This chat is popping. You guys are awesome. We have 118 people in the stream. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, because on How to Build Credit TV, I talk about credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get updated when I upload videos. Sean Paul, yo, what's going on, Sean Paul? This is funny, right? Because Sean Paul is a reggae artist in Jamaica. So I don't know. Do you know Sean Paul? Do you know Sean Paul? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Mark says, business credit seems to be hard to get. Where are the requirements? Mark, I'm still learning in regards to business credit. I had a business credit card with American Express. I no longer have it, but I got rid of it because I was trying to get another credit card, and I had to. But I'm learning in regards to business credit. I know that there are a couple accounts. I think Wells Fargo provides the opportunity to have a secured business credit card, and I would suggest going that route. Because you just want to get your foot in the door, even if it's a secured card, and then just work your way from there. But Navy Federal has a business credit card as well. Of course, Chase has business credit cards. You just want to at least have a personal relationship, even if it's on the personal credit card side, with a couple of these banks first, and then go on the business side. And I think you'll be okay. Cornell, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Appreciate you very much. Win Twin says, did they raise the flagship limit? No, they did not. They got back to me within 24 hours of me submitting the email, and they did not raise the limit. And no biggie. I mean, I have 2 credit cards with Navy Fed with a $25,000 limit, so that's $50,000, and the other card has a $5,000 limit. That's $55,000. That's plenty. I mean, I don't know that any other bank is gonna top that. What's going on, DC Shaggy, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here, man. Thanks for stopping by. All right. S House says, Duane, I feel like I'm in college taking an online course. Hey, man, as long as the online course is a course that you understand and you're keeping up, then sweet. You know what I mean? I love this community. It's so incredible. Like, I'm looking at 144 thumbs up. There's 120 people in this live stream right now. Like, that's bananas. This is a very, very successful live stream. In general, this channel has very successful live streams, and that is a testament to, some of the work that I've put in, but more importantly, the community. This community is freaking dope. So yeah, absolutely, man. I really appreciate you guys for sure. For sure. And the reason why I say this is a very successful live stream is also there are people that have like 50, 60,000 subscribers, and they do live streams once a week, and they don't have more than 50 people in their live stream. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like, I don't get that. You have 60,000 subs. How do you have a live stream with less than 50 people? So once again, you guys are incredible, and that's a testament to, this channel and this community. All right, let's see here. DC Shaggy says, I wish I was from Houston. That way I would I used to use the NBA season being over. Get used to that. Dude, come on. So, hey, I see how it is. You gonna hit me with that? Now, you know what's funny? Because I'm pretty sure you're a Warriors fan, right? What's going on with your boys, man? You guys are doing a little rebuild, right? I'm pretty sure. That's funny because the last time I remember you being in the chat, you giving me a hard time about the Rockets. So I see you just not you're not holding any shots back, huh? Just shots, huh? You wish you were in Houston because we're used to the season being over, huh? That's cold. S House says, okay, yeah, Feel like I'm in college taking an online course with you and the other teacher. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's what this whole community is all about. Black Show says, what credit score do you need for a Chase business card? I think more importantly, Black Show, you need at least a relationship with Chase. Of course, if you have a good credit score of at least 680 FICO score, 680 and higher, then you know, your chances of being approved is pretty decent. But I think if you have a relationship with Chase prior to applying for that business card, it makes it easier. Even if the relationship is just a checking account, you know what I mean? I think it makes it easier to get approved with Chase. Chambe says, got the U.S. Bank Cash Plus 1,000 limit last year, almost same time with your U.S. Bank card. When you think I should do a credit increase, should I push the button, bro? or should I push the button? Dude, if you got the card since 2018, I think it's okay to request a credit limit increase. However, U.S. Bank is coming out with 2 new credit cards any day now, as a matter of fact. So you may want to just wait and apply for a new card, especially if it's a hard inquiry. I would just apply for a new card because you already have some history with U.S. Bank. I was considering applying for one of their new credit cards. There's 2. There's one that has no annual fee, which I think is the better card. And then there's one with a $95 annual fee, which I don't like the categories as much, but it's a decent card. So I would just apply for a brand new card. DS Shaggy says, about to apply for the Chase Freedom Unlimited to complete my trifecta. All right, man, let me know. I'm pretty sure you should be all right getting approved for that. Let's see. Josh Money says, hey, Duane, would you recommend PayPal MasterCard through Synchrony? Absolutely. I think that's a decent card. It's a 2% card, 2% back card. I personally would have that card if I had more going on with PayPal. Yeah, I think it's a decent card. Absolutely. I have the Apple card, and I think Synchrony does. No, they don't. That's Goldman and Sachs. I have the Old Navy card, and I think that's with Synchrony. Tyrone says, are you going into the garden, and are you going to keep applying for cards this year? Tyrone, I don't know. I know in the past I've said I'm going to go in the garden, and clearly I haven't been. So I'm just going to go with I don't know. Should I be in the garden? Absolutely. Rod says, well, I've come a long way since I found Duane channel. From 500 secured to 100,000 prime. Wow, that is incredible, Rod. That, man, major respect, major respect. Everest Lindsay Ware says, wow, that's awesome, Rod. Yeah, absolutely, I agree, 1,000% there. Let me see, scrolling. Guys, if you have questions, please ask them now. I've been doing the live stream for 1 hour and 46 minutes. So I am going to be wrapping up the live stream, but more importantly, I want to make sure that I answer your questions. There are plenty of people in here like D. Anderson, How to Get an 800 Credit Score LLC, Lyndon, and others that can answer your questions, even if I cannot. So please be sure to ask your question. I got a 4,000 credit limit on my Apple card and asked for a credit limit increase, and they gave me 1,000 extra, brings me to 5,000. I got to be doing something right. Absolutely, bro. That's awesome. I mean, you got an increase on that Apple card. I really haven't used my Apple card a lot except to like do super chats for other people's YouTube channel. That's pretty much it. I think I've only used my Apple card for super chats, to be honest with you guys. That's kind of funny. Lyndon is saying that Navy Federal may raise my flagship limit after 91.3. You know, I didn't even think about that, Lyndon. Thank you for putting that on my radar because I definitely haven't thought about that. DS Shaggy says, I've been in a college dorm and in a drunken haze for the last 6 months. Okay, I see you. Well, thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for coming out and showing some love to the channel. Rod says he's been following for over a year. Rod, I appreciate that, man. So you've really seen the growth that's taken place with this channel. And it's really cool. It's very, very cool because I can remember being, you know, on this channel and making videos, and like there were days when I had no subscribers. You know, I would get no subscriber, and then I remember getting like 1, and then like 2, and then I get none. You know, and so I remember that because I was obsessing about it at some point. In, you know, I was making a lot of videos, and really trying to get out there and communicate and share what I know in regards to credit and my own experience. And I remember getting like 20 subscribers a week and feeling like, oh my God, 20 subscribers a week, 50 subscribers a week. Oh my God, 50 subscribers a week. So Rod, I appreciate you, man. Ulysses says, Duane, how is people getting a business card without a business? Great question. I definitely can't answer that. But I know that some banks are more lenient in regards to business cards. Like, American Express might be a little more lenient. Chase, not so much. But American Express for sure. I think they make it a little easier for people to have access to that. If you're a sole proprietorship, you can get business cards that way as well. Melanie, thank you for stopping by the stream and smashing that thumbs up. I appreciate you, ma'am. Oh, DS says, nah, I'm from LA, Lakers all day. Okay, I see you, bro. My bad. I didn't mean to offend you. I mean, California has like 17 basketball teams, right? So, I don't know. Y'all got the Clippers, the Lakers, Sacramento Kings, the Warriors. That's 4. Is there another that I'm not thinking about? Maybe not. Maybe y'all have 4. That's a lot. Texas only has 3, right? And then some states don't have a basketball team, a professional team. So I hear you. Trap Unit Entertainment says, I got a 735 FICO score with a Discover Secured card. Will I get denied when I apply for another credit card because I'm already in check system? Check system shouldn't really have anything to do with your credit situation. Thank you for smashing the thumbs up. A couple of you guys, I appreciate that. I saw that. Thank you so much. 735 FICO score with a Discover Secured card. So it depends on what kind of card you want to apply for, man. No, you shouldn't necessarily get denied. I don't think so. But if you can, see if you're pre-approved, like maybe for an American Express card before applying, then definitely go that route. But if you have a 735 and you have like 3 or less inquiries, I think it's very likely you will be approved. Paulette says, because I got hit with a drop in my score, credit score, I don't think ask for credit limit increase would be in my best interest. What do you think? Paulette, honestly, it depends on a couple of things, right? If you're using that card quite a bit, and if it's a soft inquiry, go for it. If it's a soft inquiry, who cares? It's not going to hurt you, right? But if it's a hard inquiry, then you might want to rethink it. If that credit card company offers other cards that you're interested in, you may want to consider just applying for another card as opposed to an increase, because the increase may not go the way you want to as far as however much more you'd like to get. EAE Upload said, what is the FICO 8? The FICO 8 is the most used FICO scoring system, credit scoring system. Okay, there are different scoring systems. Like there is CreditWise, there's the Vantage Score, there's FICO 8, there's FICO 9, there's now FICO 10, there's FICO 6. So it's just a different type of scoring system. Some of those different scoring systems go up past 850, like 900. Some of them are lower than 850. So it just depends. But the FICO 8 is the most commonly used one. Terrell, I hope I said that right, says, how long out of Chapter 7 bankruptcy with a credit score of over 700 will American Express or Chase let you have a credit card with them? Great question. I think the first place to start in regards to that, if it's not on your credit report, you could get a card with them possibly, but you also want to see if you can just start by becoming an authorized user with American Express or Chase. Because if they don't let you become an authorized user, you're not going to be able to get approved for that card anyway. You know what I mean? I know for a fact American Express, if you've ruined a relationship with them in the past, that they may not allow you to become an authorized user. So it just kind of depends. If you're in a position to see if you can become an authorized user, I would suggest doing that. And if that goes well, then you may want to consider applying for those cards. Josie, I hope I says that right. Hi D, I just joined your channel and first time catching the live. Great work on the content. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for taking the time to write a positive comment. That means a lot to me. Everest says, what's the garden? The garden just basically refers to people not applying for credit cards for like 2 years. And 2 years being the magical number because the inquiries, your hard inquiries will fall off of your credit report. And sometimes some of them take up to 2 years to fall off. So that is what the garden, that's what they're referring when they talk about garden. Music Live says the garden is for squares. As long as you're getting approved. Yeah, but that's it. As long as you're getting approved. But man, there's gonna come that time when you don't get approved. I made a video talking about me being denied for a Barclays credit card, and my FICO score with TransUnion, which is the credit bureau they pulled, was 781 because Barclays has a 624 rule. Basically, Barclays has a rule where you have a bunch of new accounts within a 2-year span, they automatically deny your application. And so that was my situation. It sucked. All right, let me see here. Scrolling. Adrian, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Says I'm late to the live, but you made it. I appreciate you, sir. Bless up. Yes, sir. I appreciate you stopping by, man. hit him with that Jamaica, Jamaica. Yes, sir. Damian Marley, welcome to Jam Rock. D. Anderson says, thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all. Thank you to the new subs, everyday subs. Absolutely. D. Anderson, thank you for thanking them. Lucy says, hey, thank you for everything you teach us. Lucy, thank you very much. I don't remember seeing you comment in the past, so thank you for taking the time to comment. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much for doing that and stopping by. That's funny. Lucy is saying the Suns. Okay, so you live in Phoenix, or you like Phoenix. Yeah, the Suns. Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone, Lucy. You just made a positive comment, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Melanie says, I heard about some credit limits being lowered. Has anyone here experienced that? Me, no, I haven't experienced that because of COVID-19. I did experience that with my Macy's credit card. They lowered from 800 to 700, and then a couple of months later, they closed my account. I was pretty upset about it. I'm pretty sure I can go to Macy's right now and apply for another credit card, and I would be approved for the Macy's credit card with the American Express logo, which means I can use it anywhere. But it was a Macy's credit card, which only I could use at Macy's. Chambe says, that's why I love this channel. I didn't know US Bank coming up with new cards. Thanks again, D. I have a lot of accounts with them. Checking savings. I wait now. Save me the inquiry. Absolutely. That's good. Is it true if you're under 524 rule with Chase, by one card, you can confidently apply for Chase Business? So basically you have 4 credit cards with your personal and still go for the business credit card. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's pretty common. As a matter of fact, regarding Chase, even if you're over 524, and this is from my personal experience, this is what I experienced. If you're over 524 and you see a offer, I saw an offer in the app, the Chase app, that talked about a Chase business credit card. And I went ahead and applied for it because I had heard online that you could basically do that if you have an offer in the Chase app or an offer that's just for you, that you can kind of bypass 524. And I did, because I was way over 524, and I applied for the business card with Chase, the Chase Business Unlimited Inc. And I was approved. I had a $5,500 limit. So it is possible. Lucy says, my credit score is 621. Crying face. Nah, you're good, girl. Just keep doing your thing. Keep showing up here and educating yourself in regards to credit, and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? You're fine. Don't worry about that. That's temporary. Ivan, what's up, man? Says, hey, Duane, hope you're doing well. Did you say US Bank has 2 new credit cards coming out soon? Yes, sir. It was supposed to be rumored to be at the end of March. Of course, it's the end of March now. But one of the resources that I use a lot is Doctor of Credit. I don't know what the website is, but you can just type in Doctor of Credit on Google and you'll see the site. You can sign up for their newsletter by putting in your email address, and they send out emails every Monday in regards to like credit cards, banking, sign up bonuses, stuff like that. Adrian says, does it really which credit card you have or get? I know some cards with points are good for travel, but if you're not into points travel, Does the cards really matter? No, I mean, I think people should get cards that are beneficial to them. When I first got started with credit cards, I was totally only into cashback cards because that was easy. And the cashback cards I was into did not have an annual fee. So it was easy. No annual fee is good for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I started. But because of this channel and because of you know, wanting to kind of grow, I got into like the American Express Gold card. That was my first credit card with a serious annual fee, which was $250. I still have that card now. This is my second year with that card. And so, yeah, I mean, I think get whatever card benefits you the most. But you would be surprised to know, you know, if you can kind of maximize the use of those cards, you know, if like you can get hotel cards, travel credit cards, if you're going to be flying or staying in a hotel, you know, like a Marriott or Hilton, then it makes sense to get those cards because you're going to benefit, especially if you get the card, get the sign up bonus, and just spend the points. Even if you just do that, and let's say the card has no annual fee, it's a no-brainer. DC Shaggy says, which card would you recommend as a first hotel/airline card? First hotel card, I would say if you don't want to pay an annual fee, I would get like the Hilton Honors card from American Express, the one that has no annual fee. Any of the hotel cards that don't have an annual fee is good to get. And then of course, once you start getting into annual fees, you have to make sure you can maximize that card. Some cards have a hefty annual fee, but the benefit you get is actually more than the annual fee that you're paying. So if you can justify that, then go for it. In regards to like an airline card, it makes sense what is, you know, beneficial to you. Southwest is a good airline card that Chase offers. United offers. Chase offers a United card as well. And then of course Delta cards with American Express, like that's a no-brainer. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I think is the last day to get the sign-up bonuses that they currently have with Delta, with the Delta Skymiles card. I have a Delta Gold Skymiles. I have a Delta Platinum Skymiles card. As a matter of fact, I just met my minimum spend for my Delta Skymiles card, and I have a lot of points. I have over 2,000 Delta Skymiles points right now, which I'm loving it. So yeah, I think those are great cards to get. The Delta Gold is a good card to start with if you want. Nick says, what's up, bro? I spoke to you about being an AU on my own. Is any AUs under $25? No, I wish. No, sir. No, sir. That's a negative for me. I don't know about anyone else. Travis says, so I've had my PNC cash rewards since December. Yeah, I think that's a decent card, actually, Travis, to be honest with you. Nick says, how to get 678 up 100 points. Nick, it has a lot to do with what's going on with your credit profile, bro. There's no way for me to answer that question without looking at it. But if your credit card utilization is above 10%, paying that credit card utilization down to like 3% would help your score go up. That would help. If your payment history is not 100%, let's say it's 92 or 94, there's nothing you can do other than keep paying your bills on time and over time. And time could be years. Over time, your payment history will be 100%. It took forever for my payment history to get to 100%. It just got there, like, I don't even know when, because I wasn't paying attention, but maybe like a month or two ago. So it just really depends on what's going on. Travis says, so when should I get a Chase card? You should get a Chase card whenever it's feasible to you, especially depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're just trying to get started, like, you know, with the Chase Freedom or Freedom Unlimited, then you can get a Chase card, you know, kind of in the beginning, maybe like your second credit card, if you have like at least, you know, a 680 FICO score. Ulysses says, is FICO 10 got to really worry about? I don't think so. I really don't. Win Twin says, I got invite to PayPal, but scared to apply. Not confident in my scores yet to apply. Yeah, good. Just chill. There's no need to rush it for sure. Tyrone says, Duane, I got approved for the Apple card with 2,500 limit and closed it the same day. They still shipped me the card. Wow. Well, why'd you close it? That's crazy. And is it open? Because you said you close it. Ariel, thank you for stopping. I hope I said that right. Thank you for stopping by the channel. S House says I spent $3,000 on my Navy Fed to get the 150 bonus, and it was good. And it is good that they email you your credit number to get spending right away. Yeah, absolutely. I like that about Navy Fed. Josie says, Duane, can you or anyone else on the live speak on how much cash back they received within 12 months time frame? I'm trying to use my credit card to pay all my bills. Of course, I've gotten a lot of cash back. When I started the channel back in March 2018, I talked a lot about my experience with Discover card, and it was a Discover It secure card. And I ended up calling them and asking them to transfer me to the 5% cashback category. So I was able to earn over $1,700 of cash back, but that's a long time ago, and that's when they had Discover deals, which they no longer have. But yeah, just use the card, especially if you have like the Discover card, the Discover It card, because they match the cashback that you earn during your first year. You can rack up quite a bit of cashback that way. Brian, what's going on, man? Says couldn't leave my 0% 18-month balance transfer card alone. Transferred $23.40 from my credit union called Discover. They asked interest rate. It was 12. Okay, wow, dude, Brian, that's awesome. That's cool, Brian. Thanks for taking the time to share that here, because balance transfers are very important, and a lot of people may not know the power of doing so. So that is cool, man. Win Twin says, Duane, glad you mentioned the business cards. Do they have a personal guarantee for you to get your first business card? Okay, so here's the deal, Win Twin. Even though you can enter your EIN, your EIN numbers, sometimes the application still asks for your social. So I'm like, what's up with that? So if they ask for your social, if they ask for the EIN and your social, I'm pretty much thinking they're going to pull your personal credit too, because why do you need both? So I've experienced that with American Express, actually, where they ask for both. Let's see here. Scrolling. Agent says I have 12 credit card. Does my score get better with all of them being 0 utilization, or do I get a better increase with around 7? They don't all have to be 0%. The utilization is overall, so it's across all of your accounts. So if I have $10,000 of available credit or credit limit, and I have 6 credit cards, and each of them, all of those 6 cards adds up to $10,000. It's based on the $10,000, not necessarily the usage on one card. Okay, so you don't have to freak out about that per se. Karen says, hi, Duane and everyone else. Hope you all are safe from all this that's going on. Yeah, Karen, thanks for stopping by the stream. It is a privilege to have you here. Chad, what's going on, bro? Says, what's good, bro? You growing out the beard? Nah, I'm not, man. First of all, this right here is so not neat and like dirty looking. Not that people with beards look dirty, but for me, I like it to be clean. So nah, I'm not growing it out. I just didn't have time to shave before the live stream. Usar, I hope I said that right, says, thanks to you, I finally received my Navy Fed card. Big up. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations to you. That is freaking awesome. That is so cool. Congratulations for sure. I guess Sean Paul is no longer in the live stream, because I wanted to know if Sean Paul knew Sean Paul. Yo, thank you for smashing that thumbs up, whoever you were, number 167. I really appreciate that. That's gonna be pretty much it, guys. I've been on here for 2 hours. I thank you guys so much for stopping by the live stream. It is a privilege and honor to have you guys here. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask in the next 30 seconds. I'll do my best to answer the question and get back to you. If not, I will be back on here at some point this week with hopefully maybe another live stream and or a video. So we'll see. I'm not gonna put any stress on myself about when I'm gonna put the next video up, but I definitely will be doing an unenveloping of the Navy Federal Credit Union Flagship card that I got approved for with the $25,000 limit. So that video will be coming at some point once I check the mail and receive the card. If you don't have any questions, then I'm going to end the stream. Please smash that thumbs up on the way outside the door. It would help tremendously, and I would be super duper appreciative. Thank you guys so much. All the people that did a super chat, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Tuesday evening. Of course, I will be back with another How to Build Credit TV live stream in the future. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, smash that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. It looks like that's pretty much going to be it. I don't see anybody asking any questions. Thank you guys for smashing the thumbs up, and thanks for being here and sharing this time with me. Gregory, you have a good night too, bro. Kashant, I'm not gonna, forgive me, I'm not gonna butcher your name, last name McClendon. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream, and thank you for saying it was a very good live stream. Yeah, I thought it was pretty awesome and very positive overall, except for that one thumbs down person. But you know, I guess I gotta have somebody show me their love in a different way. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. Josie says, I can't wait for the Navy Federal Flagship card unveiling. Yes, ma'am, I will be here. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you here as a new person. Please don't feel intimidated about asking questions. If you have questions about credit, all right, just go for it. All right, cool. Thank you guys. Once again, my name is Duane with How to Build Credit TV, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace. Have a good week, guys. I will see you guys soon. Later.